also want to acknowledge that this budget is hard for me. You know, I am the spokesperson on Veterans Affairs for the NDP. And one thing that I have been fighting for years is to fix the marriage after 60 gold diggers clause. You know, I talk to seniors. Just last week I talked to a beautiful woman in her 80s who married a veteran after he turned 60. She looked after him for many years, loved him very well, and when he passed away, she received not a cent of his pension. Nothing. After many years of caring and loving another human being. It's appalling in this country that so many people who serve our country are not allowed to pass on anything to their loved one, to the survivor of their death, because they got married after 60. And what is particularly frustrating for me, Mr. Speaker, is the fact that the Veteran Survivors Fund was announced in 2019. And they did a little bit of research which said, I know it's crazy, yes, you should be making sure that these largely women, caregivers of veterans, of RCMP veterans, they deserve to get something. Because this clause was made in 1901. It is now 2023, and that money, 150 million over 5 years, has not been moved to one survivor of a veteran in this country, not one. So StatsCan told us that about 4,400, 4,500, somewhere in that range, spouses are subject to the Gold Diggers Clause, and they have gotten nothing from this $150 million announcement.
I wonder if the member can just expand a bit on the Gold Digger Clause, which is the Veterans Clause for the spouses of those who have died. Why is that hung up? Why have we not moved forward with that? What is the problem there?
Member for North Island Powell River.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the member for that really important question. You know, I've put forward a bill, a private member's bill on this, and I just want to remind people, we don't have to wait for my bill to be in the order of precedent, that actually the government at any point could take leadership and address this issue in a meaningful way. My bill is just one suggestion. They have the power to do that. The other thing that I want to draw this member's attention to is that the Veterans Committee did do a study at my request on this very issue, and we talked to veterans and their spouses who talked about the reality that the Gold Diggers Clause, which I might add, Mr. Speaker, women across this country are very offended. I've heard from so many of them saying, I am absolutely not a gold digger. I didn't marry a veteran for his money. I married him because I cared about him, or her because I cared about them. And so, you know, I think there's a lot of acts that we can do, but we definitely want to see the Veteran Survivor Fund. That money needs to move and go to these people.